I just learned that everybody's running. Everybody's running for their dreams, but they're slowing me down. They're taking up time. They're gonna use you up in time. So now you've got to dream loud, dream loud. Who do you want to be? Dream loud, dream loud. Who do you want to talk to when you're alone? You're alone. Who do you want to please when you leave this world? Bad days turns into good.
Trust me, gay is in, gay is hot. I want some gay, gay it's gonna be. Trust me.
Well, hello, hello. It is Tuesday. And I figured if we're going to do a Tuesday, let's do a Tuesday that lets you see what I got to see today. And by that, I mean, I've never really saved stuff from Scientology. I've never been like, oh, this is to show the amazing time that I had. It was never anything like that. But every time you complete a course, you get a certificate. Now, in this certificate, it basically states, you completed this course. Now, mind you, I didn't know how to read. So I'm really curious how I was able to complete some of these courses without the ability to read. Haggis Basher, hello, the gay. That's right. Let's say hello to a couple people because Haggis Basher is in the chat. We've also got Doctor Who Heather that is being an amazing moderator. Lady Jane out. Good evening, Liz, mods and chat. Indigo Twin, hello. Oh, hi. Hello there, Liz and chat. Maureen, we're ready, Liz. West Coast Fancy Nancy, hi. Kyle, Liz. Eric Levitt, hello, Liz, and all love from Culver City, California. All right. So the other day, I was looking for the title to my truck. Now, on the title, that was today.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so my bad. I got caught up. It was basically this morning, and I went looking through all important paperwork, in the briefcase. And inside the briefcase, I was thinking, I would find like all these cool things. I would find the title that I needed. And no, I found my mother's birth certificate. And no, guys, even though it's a shocker, it was not written in stone. Just saying. I thought it was written on stone because, she's back from the horse and buggy age. But what I did find was a bunch of course completions. Good gracious. Course completions that I had done. And so in the process of that, I figured I would share it with you because, again, mind you guys, I didn't know how to read. So the idea that I completed these courses and got a certificate of achievement, as in, somehow completed it, says a lot. That's right, Indigo. It's Tuesday and we're gay. Nanya Beeswax, hey, hey. Karen, good to see you. Verity, hello, everyone. Hello to you. So I figured I would tell you what's going on and I would show you each and every single one of them because they're bloody hilarious. So we'll start off with the fact that it's a pretty good stack. Like it's got a few. Now, how do you know that these are from Scientology? Well, let me give you a little hint. So first thing, you've got the Sea Org logo in both corners. You've got Celebrity Center Inc. You've got Angela Poulin, and let me try this again. Angela Poulin, and you've got Jennifer Gottlieb. So those are all signed, basically saying, "Hey, Kelly." They've got the nice little emblem at the top, and then they state the Church of Scientology, Celebrity Center International, Qualifications Division Department, of validity and does hereby certify that Liz Ferris has satisfactorily attained and completed in the requirements necessary and is awarded the certificate of basic computer course. Yep, we got it. Just in case you didn't know, I know how to complete a basic computer course. But that's not all, guys. I know how to operate a computer per Scientology. Uh, and it does look like a Crayola marker. No, I didn't make these. These are pretty old. But I had to call Nora and say, "Oh my goodness, see this? Oh my goodness. Do you know who these people are?" And she was like, "Yes, I do. Yes, I do." And the next one is Angela and also Jennifer Gottlieb. Staff status 1. Yep, yep. How old were you when you took these courses? I don't know because there's not a year on it. And to be completely honest, I have no bloody idea. But if it was during a time that I was a child, you're talking about we left in 89. If these are from when I joined the Sea Org, then you're talking about 96, 97. So next course, product 0. Yep, I completed product 0. Oh, I not only am I not only am I a staff status 1, I'm a staff status 2. I completed it. Hey, Pearl Snappy, how are you doing? Oh, and you wouldn't have a course without being completed in something unless you knew how to clean like a Sea Org member. So let's be the SO basic cleaning course. That means I know how to white glove. I do. I do know how to white glove. Not proud of it, but I do know how to do it. Okay. Let's say hello to a couple more people that popped in. I see Kelly is in the chat. We have Jean. Hello, wonderful. More grace and peace. Hello, sweet Liz. The Pearl Snappy is in the chat. Mary O. Hello, Liz and all. Culty Clips. That's right. Good to see you. Okay. Oh, there is no completion without the sex success through communication course. Like um I'm just saying success through communication. It My communication is on point. My stuttering is even better, but my communication is on point. Because we still have another one, guys. We have more. Next one, how to make work easier. I mean, they might have canceled all these courses. Oh, let's not forget I did the keys to competence. Yep. And let's not forget we still have the Sea Org logo in the corner. We still have the initials done at Celebrity Center Int. So these were all from Celebrity Center. Oh, the basic hat. I completed CC's basic hat because it's done so much for me. It's done so much for me. And before I go over the last one, um, I was excited to show you guys um and let you know some of the courses that I had done. And my mom, on the other hand, I figured I would tell you. So my mom has horrible back pain, and to the point that she's had massive surgeries. Um, and in these surgeries, it basically has left her with not feeling the left side of her body. And so she has massive pain on a regular basis. And it's basically like, as she put it, it's debilitating. She can't move, she can't breathe, she can't function. And so we've recently got her into taking CBD. Well, we tried, 420 friendly. And so my mom tells me now, given my mom is on a lot of heavy pain medications. And then my mom tells me that because the amount of 420 that I operate in, I need to find someone to do the purif with. So Carrie, while maintaining as good of a straight face as she could, it was basically like she turns the corner and you can just tell she's instantly laughing. Like she's bent over, she's laughing so hard. Hey Laura, good to see you. Good to see you. Um, always here and here with you. That's right. Um, so let's see what this question. How does it feel seeing these while you're knowing you're on a path to getting your college degree? The timing is, yeah, right. So I see this and I'm just like, this is garbage. This is absolute deplorable garbage. And all I can think of is why save these pieces of paper and not torch them? Like, why not torch them? Okay, so my mom is going on 73, 74. She's going on 74. And so, how old was your mom when she was in the circ? She started at 28 and she left at 35, 36. I think 36, I think. I could be guessing that wrong. Because again, that's just me guessing based upon my age when we left. The last certificate is mission school, third class. Does nothing for me. Does nothing for college. Um, does nothing to help me achieve any kind of success. Okay. Hello, Liz. Here listening, not feeling well, but still here to support. Hello, mods and chat. Good night. Good morning, everyone. Well, hello, Matt. It is good to see you. I hope you feel better. I'm sorry you're not feeling good. Um, it I don't know if they wanted to do it like calligraphy. Like they should have just gotten a calligraphy pen. Like realistically, it they feel trashy because it looks like it was just a marker. Like they just grabbed a marker out of the toy bin and decided to put it on there. But if it wasn't for the logos and the signatures of certain people, we wouldn't even know. But it's the signatures, guys. It's literally the signatures that tell you who was there at that time. And the fact that these have been saved for many, many, many years, I find absolutely hysterical. There was also some pictures of me when I was a kid. That was a little interesting to see like how my two front teeth were growing in after they'd been busted out. You can tell that they were growing in at an angle. And so yes, they're much better now. Um, but for those that know why. Okay. Yeah, Indigo, she's in a lot of pain. It was also late 80s, early 90s. We made poor color choices. Um, I don't know if I would necessarily call it poor color choices. I would just say a poor choice of religions. Um, because back then I truly believed that all of these things that I was completing, oh, it's great, it's great, it's great, it's phenomenal. You have to go hold the cans. Oh, I did a great job there. Oh, this course, this taught me so much. Oh, I could line the walls with these amazing course things. And then literally just be like, oh, look, because now my desk is covered in propaganda. Okay, let's try this again. Let's let's get these back in order because there's no real order to life when it comes to them. Um, but so those very same things that you were seeing, remember this from yesterday? Anybody that got to participate got to see, I get a lot of mail. And the reason I'm going to open this piece of mail is because I wanted to give you a little picture or preview of what they do. Okay. Um, first of all, it's don't waste this brief breath in eternity. It's brief, guys. It's don't waste it. No, okay. You didn't choose it when you were a kiddo, though. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I was born to it. Okay. So, so this lady right here, she doesn't need to be a better picture. It doesn't really need to be. But she's getting her certificate. Okay. But this is an OT certificate. So it's a little better. Um, the state of existence, because LRH says so many things. Freedom. Man is chained to the upset in his past. He has never understood why he felt so upset and misunderstood about his family or the people in his situation, but most dwell on perpetually on trouble they've had. They lead sad lives. Freedom from the upset of the past within the ability to face the future is almost an unknown condition to man. It is attained as a grade 3 release. Yeah. Okay. I don't see anything about some of the stuff that's going on. I see some St. Hill stuff. Up, we do. We have the IAS event. Look at all the people that performed. Didn't you feel so moved? So moved that they're obtaining it. Then you have two people that have obviously dropped millions to get to their OT levels. Start living your life as an OT. Literally millions. These two people have spent millions of dollars, not cured world hunger, not fed the starving, not put someone in a hotel because they were homeless. No, gave Scientology millions. Okay, I've gained a greater understanding and much more. Now I have a sense of calmness and fulfillment I've never experienced before. I freed myself. Okay, let's see. As I progressed, I felt empowered with a great responsibility, and I began to understand how important it is to be OT in order to clear the planet. Okay. You know, now they're using history, so anthropology, to try to explain Scientology. Yeah, using anthropology. That's how people get tricked. Oh, how to tune in. Let's not forget the little stuff. Little stuff. Follow the path LRH forged you on. Take your next steps to OT. Here, miracles of life are exposed to full view. Remove the remaining restraints, misconceptions, and misidentity as the Satan until what remains is you. Open the gates to full native state OT. It, you have volunteers, okay? But each one of these, when they completed a certificate, they got a nice little award like that. But then you have be one of the chosen, the Sea Org logo. See? See that Sea Org logo? Same logo, guys. Same logo. Join the Sea Org. Curious. I'm tempted to call them and be like, hey, I want back in. I'm just curious if you'll let me see my dad, if you let me back in. And then you have, of course, the patrons. Yep. Wealthy people that have nowhere else to give their money but to Scientology. Can't even clear a courtroom. Nope. Hold on. They could have achieved that for free with meditation. I'm just saying. I'm pretty sure that they could obtain that with 420. Um what gets me is they're waiting for Ron Hubbard to come back down on a spaceship. I laugh so hard when I hear that. The idea that this person's going to come back when they died is, is it it's like the movie Ghost. It's like a hope and a prayer. But realistically, that's not really what happens. Um once the person's gone, they're gone. You know, you can remember the good times, but they're not coming back. You know, now whether you believe in reincarnation or whether you believe that you still have things to complete, one person is not going to come back. I mean, I'm curious to know how many people have said that they're LRH, you know, have come back. Oh my goodness, the dog just tooted. Oh, who's in danger? Danger, Will Robinson, danger. Oh, oh, there's a puppy that's gassy. Oh, oh, that's bad. Hold on, guys. Ugh. But it's honestly hilarious, all of that stuff. And to think that these certificates have all been saved for 20, 30, almost 40 years is is absolutely hilarious. You know, I wish I had my folder. Now that was all the auditing I could do because I would read you guys that in a heartbeat because let's be realistic, it's not real. So they would tell you about how I spoke back to my mother or I asked to see my father. How dare I ask to see my father? Good Lord, that fart really stinks. Um, but it's even at my writing up my overs and withhold. So that has a specific thing that you're supposed to say, which is time, place, form, and event. So the time of day as specific as you can, place, the location, form an event. So what exactly happened? And what are you going to do about it kind of thing. So in the process of that, you would have to then go hold the cans after each and every single one of these completions, and your needle would have to float. If it didn't float, you didn't get your certificate of completion, you had to redo it. That is how courses worked. No float, you repeat. No float, you repeat. And so they would keep doing stuff like that. And, you know, it just got worse. Um, all right. Never late. No one, never late. Liz, sorry I'm late. You're never late. Whatever time you get here is the time you're meant to be here. I promise. Laura's a rock star when she protests. She says the right words to them, and even today, as DOA was being swatted, she still told them things. Absolutely, absolutely. Karen Hall, they're brainwashed. So when they do leave, it must be hard to adapt to the outside. It absolutely is. I know it was hard for me. Um, I had a hard time making friends. I had a hard time understanding emotions. I don't understand emotions very well, but it's something that we're working on. Um, it's literally everything is a learning experience. And the difference is you have to unlearn this and relearn. Okay, we'll just grab the first book that's available. Relearn this. You know, what really happens in history? What really happened? You know, you've got to read books that challenge you, that, you know, push you to your limits. You've got to read books like psychology to better understand things and better be able to understand each other. For me, psychology is turning out to be such a huge thing. Like I'm loving every second of it. The idea that, you know, um, the hypothalamus releases, secretes um, different glands. You have the pituitary gland that releases melatonin. Oh, no, the pineal gland that releases the melatonin, and that regulates your sleep. You know, you also have, in psychology, it plays a large role, your sleep patterns. Well, when you're in the Sea Org, you're getting off work at 11:30, if not later, and then you have to go to bed, but somehow shower in that time span. And if you share the room with 6 girls, you're basically showering a 5-minute shower, hoping to clean as much of your body and your hair as possible, but don't use any scented products because that'll end you up in ethics because, it's all about smelling natural, which for some people was really bad. But they say that between ages 3 and 5, you're supposed to get 10 to 13 hours a day of sleep, or at least it's recommended. 7 to 8 hours is better, but at the same time, we were getting 5 to 6 hours maybe. And because of that, it leads to things like sleep paralysis. It leads to staggered sleep, which means that you're not able to focus. And that makes sense in my head. Um, you also have the nervous system, which I'm enjoying reading about because it's like, as I told my mom, we had grown up that there's not emotions, that there's just the tone scale. So as we talked about yesterday, where you have the tone and you were like 1-1, for example, covert hostility. So in this covert hostility, that's where you were on the scale. People called you 1-1. And from that moment, it's not. It's the firing of uh, serotonin, melatonin, dopamine into your brain that sometimes, if there's no blockers, so if you're not on any kind of alcohol, you're not sleep deprived, it basically, that is how your emotions are made, between the balance of them, not just one or the other. It's the balance of all of them. Life after Jehovah's Witness. Question: can the college you go to accept your Scientology accomplishments for college credits? I'm gonna say no, because they're not technically, uh, a course. They're not technically, something that the real world uses. So I'm gonna say no. But my psychology teacher loved that I grew up in Scientology and am going through psychology. Loves that I'm willing to open my mind up to new things and learn new things, or like in sign language, learn. Okay, I'm gonna teach you a sign today. We're just gonna learn. We're gonna learn. Okay, no one. It's been about 30 years for me, and I'm still having nightmares. I still have nightmares. I definitely still have nightmares. Okay. The difference is now it's filling with much better memories. Um, Much better things. Like last night, Carrie couldn't sleep. So I was dreaming about Hunger Games and I couldn't understand why I was dreaming about Hunger Games. Well, because she was watching it. And so I was one of the 12 districts and I got to compete in Hunger Games. And that was my dream. There was some other stuff to it, but primarily that. There was a scent advance that explains they were created by Sykes or something, vaguely remembering. Okay. Miss Chicago Jane, Liz, love the way you light up when you talk about school. Well, because I'm having a great time. There are still some parts about math that have me a little on the but I got a program today that walks me through the math problem. And because it walks me through the math problem, I'm able to learn how to do the problem. So that way it's something I can focus on in the future. How many hours of sleep did you have as a child? Um, well, we basically, whenever my mom got home, she would wake me up, and that either between 11:30 p.m. and midnight, and then I would be up the same time she had to leave, so that way I wouldn't go watch TV in my bedroom because we had a TV that was in our closet that was up on a shelf, and there's quite a few times that Sasha Obolinski and I would climb up the wall and get the TV down so we could watch Thundercats. And unfortunately, yeah. Bro, okay, we were watching the South Park episode when Liz went live. It paused. This is what F. Sciento actually believes. Frame with space planes. Yep. My cat's just going through some of this stuff. T, good to see you. Good day, Buttes. Lurking while I'm working. Love it. Did your mom give you birthday parties on your birthday? I got one birthday party while she was at Incom, and I got nail polish. I got 3 vials of nail polish. Other than that, I didn't have birthday parties. It wasn't like all of the Scientology kids got together and put on hats. No, it was just another day. It wasn't that big of a deal. It wasn't until I got out in '89 that I had my first birthday party, and that was at Rollerland or Roller King. Maybe it was Roller King, but it was basically roller skating with people from school. Okay, Liz just wanted to let you know how proud I am and how much you have learned and grown. Well, baby steps, baby steps. Okay. No cake for your birthday? No, no. My mom made me a cake once, but she got into massive trouble for having my birthday in income. And I mean massive trouble. Like she was on decks for a little bit, and I was sent up to see my grandmother because she was on decks. Um, Peter, I know you love comedy referencing The Waterboy. Have you been tempted to tell your professors they are wrong and give them a Scientology explanation? No, no. I tell her all about it. Well, in Scientology, they believe this. And she goes, "Ye- Yeah, I'll give you something to read. Or why don't you check out chapter 6? Or hey, why don't you read this book?" And so that's why I'm reading the book about the brain. Babe, can you hand me that book, honey? Okay, but I'll just get up and get it. I'll just get up and get it. You weren't listening. Oh God, barrier. Okay. She recommended a good book. Okay. The Battle for Your Brain. Now I know someone messaged me and said that they bought it, and I think that's amazing because I'm loving it. It is scary. Here, let me get rid of this, Peter. Hopefully I answered your question. Um, but The Battle for Your Brain. And it's written by people. No, it is not Dianetics. Nice try. Did you know that Quentin Hubbard was gay when you were in Scientology? No, 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 I did not. Um, as weird as it's going to sound, I really thought I was the only one. I've been told the statistics of one out of every 4 people is gay, but I just figured I was the only one because I was just a freak of nature and there was something wrong with me. Um, but no, I did not know. Um, I didn't know there were people in Scientology that had the same thoughts that I did. And so it was a little different. It was a little strange for me. Not a little, it was a lot. But learning psychology now is definitely helping me better understand some of the things that I've gone through, some of the things that I experienced, that it's not this weird numbered tones. It's literally just chemicals in your brain that are up or down or up or down. And then in history, let's be realistic, in history, as far as I knew, Scientology is where my life began. And nobody really tells you about a lot of history. Like they definitely don't tell you about the Constitution. They don't tell you about the amendments. They don't tell you that, this land was taken from people and then, people were massacred in the hundreds of thousands. You have the buffalo that was completely just annihilated, and that was indigenous people's way of life. Like they used the buffalo for food and for clothes and for supplies. So it's like it's a little on the I didn't know that. And so I'm learning that, and it's so interesting to learn it and understand it, because that to me is where it makes the most sense. How can Catherine Bell be a Scientologist and gay? If you have enough money, they don't care right now from what it looks like. But if Catherine Bell really thinks that they care about her, she's deadly mistaken. because unfortunately, there as soon as her money runs out, so will their desire to put up with her gayness. I thought something was wrong with me too until I found out I was autistic a year and a half ago. We are different, not less. No, not less. Not less than, I promise. Okay. Now, does anybody have any questions? Any questions about anything that we've gone over thus far? Like, hopefully that all makes sense. Um, but I'm having a great time learning. I'm having a great time finding stuff. Did I think I was going to find this treasure trove of completed courses? No. Am I going to use it as a fan? Well, I'm not going to line my bathroom with them, so I might as well use it as a fan. Okay, Miss Jade. Hey, Ed just dropped in to say that you're a huge inspiration, Liz. Thank you for being awesome. Well, thank you so very much. I appreciate you. Thank you so very much. Miss Chicago Jane became a member of the family. Welcome. Gee, I will watch on replay. I know you're at work, so thank you so very much for being here. I appreciate it. Did you give Dianetics to your psychologist? Um, I have not given my psychologist Dianetics. I explain as much as possible when it comes to my therapist. My first psychiatrist took it upon himself to try to understand a little bit more about Scientology so that way he could better understand me. But realistically, I think he just wants to write a book about all the crazy things that I've been through and still made it through. Um, because let's be realistic, most of the people that grew up in Scientology, you know, some of us are here today and some of us are not. Some of us are protesting and some of us aren't. Some of us are standing up and saying, no, that's not okay that that happened, and will not let someone else go through that experience. But then you have people out there that are sitting there like let's say today during Ashley's live, Aaron took it upon himself to stream the live and talk poorly about Laura and Scotty during that live. And all I could think of was at one point in time, I actually cared what that man thought. And now I don't, because he does not care about anybody but himself. He's out there just to make money. And it, when Laura was grabbed by that police officer and thrown out of the car, I wanted to hug her. I wanted to hug her. Well, thrown out of the RV, but I, he threw her like she weighed nothing. And someone would laugh about that. Someone would literally laugh about that. And that's not the kind of person I want to be. I want to be the person that says, you know what, can I help pick you up, not put you down? And that to me is a huge difference between a lot of people that grew up in Scientology and people that are just out there to just say whatever comes to their head. Um, and she could have been seriously hurt or thrown into a building. Like he literally threw her like she weighed, like she was about a sack of potatoes. And And yet, even though she was thrown like a sack of potatoes, she still wanted to let people know you can get out. You can be free. And she still kept screaming, you don't have to be here if you don't want to be. And if I could get everyone to actually really listen to a psychologist or maybe even read a book about psychology before they sit there and do anything like that. Okay. Yes, we've got to spread positivity, not negativity. And that's a lot of things that we can do as people is I don't want anyone to ever experience my life. I don't want anyone to experience what it was like to be a human punching bag. And I don't just mean emotionally, I mean physically, but I also mean emotionally. And so for me, I want to let people know what happened in my past, but not sit there and belittle someone for their experiences, laugh at someone. I've met some amazing people in this excursion. I've met so many amazing people that some will be with me for the rest of my life, like Pearl, like Heather, like Scotty, like Laura. They'll be with me for the rest of my life. You know, let's not forget to mention Summer, because Summer is at work. She's not in the chat right now. So before anything said, Summer, I love you. Have a good time at work. I try to be. I try to be, because at one point in time I wasn't a good person. And the best thing that I can personally do is be the person that I always wanted, or at least be proud of myself, I should say. Okay. But in order to do that, what we have to do is learn and grow from our own experiences. I need to not fall for the drama. When someone says, "Oh, look at what's happening here," I I shouldn't have gone and looked. I should have known that it would be something dramatic, and for me, it was appalling. And so for those that, pointed out, I just want us to do this with kindness. I want this us to do it right. And in order to do it right, we have to do it together. I better be, because I know where you live. um, but the hard part is for me is also realizing, um, when I've said things that I don't mean, and unfortunately with anger, it is still something that I'm working on. Um, I get hooked in really easy, because it's like, "Hey, wait a minute, that's my friend. That's my friend." And I want to stand up and say, "That is not okay. That is not okay." But one thing I've come to realize is what someone else does is none of my business. And that's what I'm going to keep telling myself. So that way I don't get caught up in all of that, because I want to get better. And in order to get better, I need to stay away from the stuff that is negative. And so for me, I will be avoiding people that want to make fun of other people. I will be avoiding certain people. They don't even need a name. They just need to realize that if you're not on the path for what's right and you're not trying to better yourself, then what's the point? So I just need to stay away. So for anyone that mentioned it, yes, I did fall for it. I got hooked in for a minute and I got angry. And now it's about doing the right thing. All right. How are the fur babies? The fur babies are sleeping. One of them's got really bad gas, like really bad gas. And the cat is there, just sitting far enough away, and the puppies are all just resting, but they're loved. Pete, you never have to shush. I promise. I promise you never have to shush. Love you. Sun said, "Good night, Pokemon friend." Well, good night. Yes, it is a boundary that I need to set for me, because realistically, otherwise I fall for it every time. It's like the definition of insanity, repeating the same cycle over and over again, expecting a different result. And sometimes when I watch people, I expect a different result. And it's like they're doing the exact same thing on a regular basis. So what is it any different than me repeating the same thing of watching it? That's also the definition of insanity. And because that is also the definition of insanity, I have to stay away. How many puppies do we have now? We have a total of 6. And 3 puppies, 2 big dogs, and 1 chihuahua. All girls except the chihuahua. The chihuahua is a boy. Heather Mack. Right. So don't negate the thing that happened in life. It's how we learn. That's right. And I've got to learn from experiences, good and bad. I've got to learn from all of it. You know, I honestly cannot wait to see what I'm like at the end of this psychology class. I can't wait to see the things that I've learned at the end of this history class so that I don't repeat the same things. I'm also autistic, so I'm on the spectrum and I'm trying to understand things from a different point of view. But at the same time, Laura's birthday is tomorrow. I definitely know. I know she was able to go to dinner and have a great time with some friends. I hope she has an amazing birthday. Are you still drinking Monster? I don't drink Monster. I've never been a fan of Monster. I normally drink um, Rock Stars, but right now I'm trying the sugar-free Red Bulls, and they're not growing on me. They're not growing on me at all. It's hard to get down, but I'm definitely trying the sugar-free and the smaller cans to try to help myself. Okay. All right. So how is everybody doing? Honestly, how are you doing today? It's Tuesday. Don't make me pop you up, Heather. I like messing with her. I won't do that to you, Heather. I know you don't like it when I suddenly just pop you up. Okay, make sure I didn't miss anything. I've never been a Diet Coke person. It has that weird aftertaste for me. Um, yeah, definitely let me know. I drink Gatorade Zero. We have someone had gotten a craving for Gatorade really late at night, so DoorDashed some Gatorade. And now we have lots of Gatorade. Okay. I'm working on it. There's still some things that I don't know, and I look forward to learning all of the things that I don't know. I look forward to it. So, without further ado, I want to say thank you to everyone that showed up. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you have any questions, concerns, problems, please definitely let us know. I'd be happy to answer any questions that I can. Um, Other than that, have a great Tuesday. Go wish Laura a happy birthday. And remember, sometimes we're going to fall and fall for the drama. And sometimes we're going to realize that we fell for the drama and we said some things that we shouldn't have. And we're going to learn to be better because everything is a learning experience for me. Mary, I will definitely hit you up soon. I will definitely hit you up soon. Um, yes, we need to do lunch. We definitely need to do lunch. So thank you so very much, everyone. Love you all. And until we meet again, the same way I started is the same way I'll always end it with Laura FM.
So now you got to dream loud. Who do you want to be? Dream loud, who do you want